keep the blurred one. So anything where this should show through, like here, I think should show through. I am going to switch. I'm going to move this all the way to 100. Okay, I'm painting white on this instead of painting on the mask. I'm not going to worry about it because that was just an area of darkness, so it doesn't really matter that I did something stupid like that. I'm sort of doing the edges, around the edges first here. Oh, kind of firstish. I'm going to blur this to get it to match the level of blur from okay, because ooh. Okay. So I'm selecting this here, this part of the mask, and modify, nope. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, that looks pretty good. Deselect, pull back. There we go. That's looking pretty good. There's an area here that needs to have a... How big is my brush? Oh, don't have a brush. I have that. There we go. I'll be doing the same thing with this, with the that I did before. Actually, I'm gonna hold shift down because these are straight lines. If you hold shift when you use the paintbrush, it does a straight line. And I'm going to select filter, blur, Gaussian blur. It's weird. Okay. I'm going to deselect, oops, deselect that, and I'm going to come in here and fix, ooh, I do not know what I just did. Oh, blending change. I am going to paint black, oops. I'm going to paint white. And now I'm going to blur this again. There we go, that's a little bit better. Actually, I see an issue. I'm gonna walk it back. I'm going to deselect. All right. So now that I have both of those, out of the filter, blur. Oops. Different kind of blur, not the blur I want to do. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. Deselect. And looking good. All right. So I'm going to do what I said I needed to do, which is to unsun the grass. Unsun. Don't know if that's a word. Actually, pretty sure it's not. So, new layer. I am selecting this green. And I am bringing this down to 13's okay. So I'm just painting that green that I found, that I selected, over the areas that are looking too sunny. And because I'm doing it way down here, I don't need to worry about running into anything else. I'm going to multiply. And just hit it. I'm probably going to come back and blur, but I can be very specific. I might not need to. So really watching how the changes are coming across. And darkening it even more right around the throne. A little bit more in here. All right, so I'm going to turn this off and on so you can see what a difference that makes. That makes pretty major difference. And not even blurring it, it looks pretty damn even. I'm happy with that change. So sunny, not sunny. So grass, darken. All right, now I'm looking at the background, looking at it in comparison to the sky, wondering if I need anything. I'm actually happy. I'm going to go into the ground shadow. I'm using black. I'm bringing a little bit more into that area here. I just want to extend this out a little bit here. Just think about it as grounding the weight of the architecture. And I deliberately have this shot sort of flatly, uniformly. The sun is just sort of glancing over top of it. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to, oops, just brighten the wood a little. Didn't necessarily want to brighten the grass, but that is part of it. So what I will do, I'm going to add another curves layer and I'll bring that grass back down. There we go. That's looking good. How is separation from the background looking? All right, I need this shadow here. We need some shadow behind her head. Just to sell this. Joel Grimes talks about selling the fake. And that is what we're doing. Oh, look at here. This is new. That's from an old decision that I unmade. So I'm just gonna actually just come in here and that needs to be on this level. Oops. Wow, I did that entirely wrong all the way around. And I did it exactly the same twice. So it's not that one. Okay. Where is it? Oh, it's my favorite game. Figure out where the hell the mark came from. Okay. From this one. Oh, come on. There we go. That took far too long. But I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I got rid of it. So, but what this is doing, what is this layer? Oh, that's the extra hair. Cancel. Extra hair. And then this is the dress fix, right? Yep. All right. I have been working on this for about 2 hours, and I think this is where it's going to end today. We'll finish it off next week because I want to spend some serious time on tweaking it. I'm probably not going to do anything extra before I start working, but just a quick breakdown of where everything came from. These are the blocks. That's the throne, which had this really nice queen thing going on, which is completely lost because her dress is very big. This was the picture of Bella. This was a background that I didn't use, or no, that is the grass I used. That's the grass I used. No, this grass I did not use because I thought it was too big. This is from a neighbor's yard in Ontario, is the grass I did use, and you can see that tree here. The shadow is causing the shadow, which is what I had to work with. And then here's clouds over the Hollywood sign down in LA. So all of those came together, and we've got Bella sitting on the throne. I can take Bella away, and you can see that we have some extra hair that we did filled in. We also fixed a seam in the dress that I just didn't like. She also has some shadows here, which I will probably fade, but I'm going to wait until I get them to where I kind of like them. Put those away. There are a layer of curves to change. This was shot in daylight. The others were shot under strobe lights, or she was shot under strobe lights, so brightens that up. There's my throne goes away. My backdrop goes away. These are my shadows for the ground. Here's the clouds in the sky. Because I have this castle background, usually I'd worry about where the horizon line is. I've got that hidden. It's hidden underneath this. I don't worry about it. Here are my ground shadows from that. And that's just to darken down that grass. And then those are brought in to make the grass look a little bit more flat. This I didn't have to worry about. Like if I had done this, I had painted this without anything in there, I would have painted in here too, and I can. I didn't have to because Bella is sitting on it. So that's underneath her dress. But yeah, so there's that grass, and then it's just white in the background. So those are all the pieces, and I'll put them back in. And next week we will add a teddy bear and Raggedy Ann, and maybe make a ball. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about, do I want to have a ball that would be something she would play with or not, and probably also work on the transition. This is not quite as believable as I want it to be.